Hey guys, in a gender inclusive sense, this is Mr. C, a layman, and I wanted to do a pop today on the Burnt CD, this time Led Zeppelin Volume 1. And Burnt CD is basically putting 80 minutes worth of songs into one CD and picking an artist and doing that. Since back in the day, you had a CD player and you didn't have MP3, CD discs, so you wanted a CD that had basically all of the best or greatest hits or popular hits of a certain band. So that's what I did for me. Took bands or artists and put 80 minutes worth of music into one CD. And this is my version of Led Zeppelin. So my version of the greatest hits, sort of. So a criteria methodology for me is the music that I select has to be in rough chronological order from the earliest to the latest in terms of album release. It does have to be popular or best or a greatest hits album. And however, I override when I add my own personal favorite songs in there. The intro has to be exciting to get you going, and then the outro or the last song has to be somewhat poignant or melancholic in a sense. And I am not afraid to use the official band's greatest hits as a template. I grew up with early days and latter days in the late 90s, early 2000s. And there were others. Mothership, most famous, and then there was one more that was in the cover here with the orange. So let us begin with my first choice. What can start off this banger, but with "Immigrant Song"? Because how it starts is a very energetic song, and it comes from Led Zeppelin 3. And I think it's a great song to start off a Led Zeppelin album. And you know you're getting the lead out. The second one is Communication Breakdown from Led Zeppelin 1. I think from now till the end, I think we're going to be in rough chronological order. Communication Breakdown. I think it's also very brief mix, so it makes sense going after Immigrant Song and also a popular song as well. Dazed and Confused, one of the more popular songs. Not my personal favorites, but it is a staple there, so that's why it's here. I do like the latter half, but I do find it a bit long. Maybe it's just my age. But from Led Zeppelin 1, Whole Lot of Love, one of their, top five, top three songs. Also not one of my favorites, but it is still like it. I still like it. From Led Zeppelin 2. And now I jump to Let's Rock and Roll. That's Led Zeppelin 4. Rock and Roll. If I wasn't going in rough chronological order, I'd probably put that in number 3 right after Communication Breakdown because it's very, has a lot of energy to it. And the next one as well, Black Dog from Led Zeppelin 4. You will find that in most artists, or a lot of the artists, their greatest hits albums basically whatever their best album is, minus their least their weaker songs, and then some of the other hits put into one. So a lot of from Led Zeppelin 4, arguably their best album. 3 and 4 tied as my favorite album. Dwyer Maker or Daymaker, I don't know, that apostrophe always throws me off. From House of the Holy, another a little slower tropical song. I like it. Typically not in their greatest hits albums though. And then The Ocean, and one of my personal favorites, very energetic. And yeah, Kashmir, very exciting song from their Physical Graffiti album. I think the only one from the Physical Graffiti album, despite it being a 2 album length one. I really enjoy it. What can I say about it? I think that it is very Middle Eastern. Unfortunately, I came to know this song because of a cover or sample that Puff Daddy did with Jimmy Page, but this is a much better version. A live version of this song is pretty good too, the one from Page and Plant. Achilles' Last Stand, which arguably, in my opinion, is the song that showcases all 4 of their talents the best. That is Led Zeppelin talents, Robert Plant on vocals, John Bonham on the drums, killing that, and then we have Jimmy Page on the guitar, and the lead guitar, and then we have John Paul Jones there in the background. I'm not familiar with instrumentation or bands in that aspect, but very awesome. All of My Love, very melancholic song. This could have been the last song. Honestly, I love the ending of this song. Sometimes I'm a little bit lonely. I love that part. I should sample that in some sort of pop or rap song there. Sometimes I get a little bit lonely. A little bit lonely. It's thing it's dedicated to Robert Plant's son who died very tragically. When the Levy Breaks, depends on what day you ask me, but this could be my personal favorite Led Zeppelin song. I just love the drums. It's just a very energetic song. Even at 7 minutes, it is fantastic. It doesn't overstay its welcome for me. Achilles Last Stand is a great song, but it can get a little bit overwhelming. And same as the last one, I like Stairway to Heaven. It's usually considered, at least in the late 90s, early 2000s, it's always in the top 5 songs of all time, rock and roll songs of all time. It's a good song. It's just, I guess it's overhyped, so it kind of ruins it, but it belongs here. And I think that's what 80 minutes of Led Zeppelin Volume 1 should have or deserves. That I put on a disc as a sampler. It's like, hey, put a Led Zeppelin disc. Here you go. My essential or greatest hits. Hopefully this was informative, even if it was a way to just show off what I like, but maybe it gives you some inspiration or remembering the way you burnt discs, through means supposedly of acquiring those songs, whether it's through the Napster, LimeWire, Kazaa, or CD rentals, or you borrowed it from a friend, or you had the disc and you just wanted to take a song and put it on and make it your own. Sometimes I wish I could do that with vinyls. Just go to a store, I pay more than it's vinyl's probably worth, but just to be able to make my own vinyl, if I can pick and choose, that would be kind of great. Alrighty, thank you guys. Take care. Seek the truth, the good, and the beautiful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.